On today's episode of Watch Jericho, we are here with my new, literally new, the only new car I've ever bought in my life. 2022 F-250 Super Duty Limited. The highest possible trim you can get, so it has all of the options. What is going on, guys? I am Watch Jericho, and like I said, I'm here with my new truck at the auto auction. Weirdly, this was a brand new truck, and it's one of the hardest trucks to get in the world right now. As you guys know, it's the end of the year. That means tax time, and there's money that has to be spent. Otherwise, you have to give it all up for taxes. So, everyone is out buying their new trucks. And I searched and searched and searched every dealer, Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas. I was just checking everywhere nonstop, and a bunch of people were looking for me, and I could not find what I wanted, which was the exact same truck I had, another Platinum. So we had to step it up to a Limited, which is insane. So let's jump right now to my first thoughts as we find this thing in the lot. It's my first new car, dude. This thing just started like 100 times better than my truck starts. Like, my truck takes almost 2 seconds to start, maybe a second and a half. This thing goes, and it just started. Oh, this is insane. All right, let me pull this out so we can look at it. Like, hop in. Wow. Man, I hate the interior color, but the rest of the truck is so amazing that I will never be let down by this.
Seats are comfy.
Doors open. Oh, these seats are insane. It was my door. Heated wheels on, and it is hot.
Already?
Yeah. They get really hot really fast. Saves your life in the winter. I don't know. I think I have to use the screen to shut the wheel off, just like my truck, which is a little unfortunate. Whoever parked this thing is a boss, I gotta say. Absolute boss. All right, let's pull up over here and get some quick video of this. I'm so pumped about this truck. This is absolute insanity. Right here by these C7s. What a great place to park. All right, time to do it. It's got wireless charging. Yes. USB-A, USB-C, wireless charging. The heated wheels on, and the oh, there's the heated wheel, and the cooled seats are on. All right, white tint coat, the power steps. I was trying to find a truck for so long and could not get a loaded truck. And this one is new, 316 miles, but it's also used. I don't know how. I think the dealership decided that they couldn't sell it because it's white with this. This is the special limited interior with the gray blue plastics throughout. And I think they were like, well, that's never gonna sell, and they abandoned ship. Woo! Look at those floor mats. We got the factory floor mats and the expensive factory install rubber ones. So nice. Yes, it is just my current truck, which is getting replaced, but it is unbelievable. Okay, there you go. We're back out in the parking lot. We got the truck out of the auction. 6.7 power stroke. This should be the high output one, which now has from the factory over 1,000 foot-pounds of torque. Absolutely insane how much power this truck has now. It has every option. There's nothing I could ask for on the truck. And I am trading in my Platinum, so I had to do something immediately to make all this happen. Honestly, it's way too much money. I gotta be honest. Like, it's an outrageous amount of money. It was a hair over $100,000, about 101. But the 23s are coming. This is a 22, which has basically everything the 23s have, and the 23s are $10,000 higher again. Ford raised like every single price $10,000 for 23. This is kind of something I had to buy, and I wouldn't have bought one this expensive if I could have helped. Obviously, you guys know that the old one was honestly pretty cheap, but this one, I'm paying it all for it, and there's a good chance I could lose a lot. But there's a good chance that it'll hold its value too. Let's walk around it. So it's the pearl white tint coat. It's got the painted mirror caps to match and all that cool stuff. I think the Platinums have chrome. These are paint matte. You can hear it's in a regen cycle already. So that's, I mean, honestly, probably pretty normal with 300 miles on the clock, and it's been sitting a lot. Brand new tires. The old truck needed tires. It's got the limited grill. all the LEDs, the LED fog lights that are sick. It sounds like a jet engine. I can barely talk over this thing, it's so loud. Anyway, it's a monster, it's beautiful. It should have a remote tailgate that works better than my old one. My old one, I'd always have to hit the button many times to open the tailgate. This one's reliable, that's something good. All right, well that works. We've got the bed lighting, we got the step. Unfortunately, we don't have any inverter power in the bed. That's really like a half-ton thing, and I wish I had it all the time. It would be honestly super nice to have a little bit of 110 volt or 220 power in the bed. 360 cameras, of course, just like the old one, but so much better. I can't tell you how much better this truck is than my 18. The 18 was good. I'd buy another one every day of the week. And as you guys know, my truck rankings go Ram with the greatest interior of all time, and then the Ford as like the next best truck, and then the Chevy, because the Chevy has the best drivetrain of all of them, but the worst interior ever made. I gotta, in 24 Chevys fixing their interiors, if you've seen it, it's beautiful, it's better than this. But I can't wait 2 years for a truck, so I got this. It's got the big screen, the 360 cameras work so much better. I use the cameras all the time when I'm working, like I'm backing up to a trailer, and then I pull forward, but I want to see behind me. You can't do that. This truck, you can do that. The other reason I had to keep a 3/4 ton instead of switching to a 1 ton, which I didn't want anyway, is the hitch. It's a 2.5 on this, the receiver. It's a 2 on the little trucks, and it's a 3 on the 1 tons. And I have the hitch for a 3/4 ton, so I wanted to keep it. So I did. Let's take a look inside this thing. Now you guys have already kind of seen the back seat from our quick look at it in the parking lot there. It's just like the Platinum. It says limited in it. Instead, it still has the plastic on everything, so that's pretty cool. That one doesn't. Cup holders, they flip down. Storage, seats flip up. The storage is incredible. My truck currently is packed to the brim with tools, straps, everything I need to do work, and I absolutely love that. So we get to keep all of this storage. This does fold flat if you want bigger items in the back, but I love the containers. So we can just flip that right back down. We got 110 volt power in the back. We got USB ports in the back. USB-C now. The old one just had A ports. So USB-C all the way through, 12 volt power, heated seats in the rear. Really nothing different than the Platinum. The only thing the Limited really gets you is it guarantees every option. So and my Platinum was basically already, it was a Platinum Ultimate, so I had every option. So I'm not gaining too much. I like the factory floor mats, and I like the fact that my old one really never had any problems. DPF, right when I got it, and they fixed that, and then that one fuel line blew up, but other than that, like, it was rock solid. So that's why I bought another one. That's pretty much all you have to know, is it was that reliable, and I wanted another one. This is a wild truck, I gotta say. Wild. Whole lot of glass in the roof. Everything's power. Let's look in the front. After driving it out of the lot, we have 317 miles now. The massage seats are 100 times better. I gotta say, just basically this is where they fixed the truck. The old one had the Sony system, this one has the Bang & Olufsen system. We'll kind of check out that truck a little more once we get back and talk about my experience with that. Got the 4 cup holder slider right there. Love that. You can divide the center console however you want. This has changed a lot, but it still makes sense. You don't have to think before you reach for it. It's got a nice volume control instead of a slider or anything crazy. The massage is 100 times better than the old one. The old one just did the same thing over and over. You could change how much it inflated. This is a lot better. Where's home? There should be a home, I would think. But maybe they got rid of that because you don't really need home. And you can change the page over here to whatever you want. Oh, go back, bed camera. That's a dream come true. And if I can see that while I'm moving, nothing could be better. I need that bed camera all the time. I'm always looking for stuff in the bed to see if it's moving around, and that can take care of it. Hit the camera page and I'll show you guys. You still can't turn it. You'd think Ford would have made it there, but they haven't yet. Side, oh, there's the bed, trailer, hitch ball. Wow, instead of plus, there's a hitch ball page. Rear. Oh, this thing's cool. Anyway, let's start driving it home, and I'll kind of figure out what else is new about it. It looks like everything else it's roughly the same truck, just with no miles. And the last one's at almost, it's at 90,000. I'm pretty sure it'll do 200 really at this point without having any roll issues. And this one I'm stuck with. I can't get back out of this one. So it's a very long-term test. I think I'll have it for 5+ years. Let's get out on the road. So let's talk about the decision to buy a $100,000 truck and actually pay the bill instead of, you know, like my last one, getting an insane deal because it was used. First, I was out of time. I waited until December to make this decision because obviously I'm buying, you know, a new house, new shop. We're working on that deal, and they're gonna be upset with me. Buying something like this does change your financial situation a little bit, and of course, lenders are all over the board. So I was kind of paralyzed between the I have to buy a house and I also have to buy a new truck. Eventually, as you can tell, I bought the new truck. Now, I originally planned on switching to the Ram because I love it so much, but I actually had some transmission shops reach out to me and say, do not buy a Dodge with the Hazen in it. You're gonna get in trouble. Of course, this truck is a massive upgrade from my old one with the 6-speed in it. This one has the 10-speed, and it seems to be really reliable, especially towing so far. So I'm pumped. You know, I know the truck well. I'm a big fan of dailying it, and also it'll pull everything I've ever put behind it. So I didn't have to worry about what the truck was gonna do or what it was gonna be when I got here, because we did buy this sight unseen, 6 hours away from me. And it's one of those things where you hate to drive back empty-handed after all that. So that's how the decision happened. I was stuck. No dealers had any trucks in stock. What they do have in stock is basically like XLs because they're not selling quickly. And the trucks like the Limiteds and the Platinums are selling as fast as they can make them. Obviously, I wanted a 23, and that's what I was looking for all over the place. A few dealerships reached out saying they had pretty loaded 22s, but no one has a 23, and the order banks are closed because Ford has sold out every Platinum, Limited, probably even the Lariats that are loaded for the next year. So they are all sold as fast as they can make these trucks. It's crazy. You used to be able to just buy what you wanted. You could go to a dealership and be like, well, this is what I'm looking for, and they'd have one on the lot. And now you're like, well, I searched 3 states and no one has a single one. I found a few King Ranches and I was gonna go that route, but within minutes, like I called as soon as we saw them on the website and they were like, those sold about an hour ago. It's crazy how fast this stuff disappears. I've driven this truck for about 20 minutes now. We stopped, got some dinner, hit up Saltgrass. It was a great dinner. I had to celebrate the one time in my life I'm buying a new vehicle. And I gotta say, listen to this thing. It's quieter. I think it's quieter than the Duramax. And the Duramax obviously was a breakthrough in diesel technology where you could finally not shut your truck off in the drive-thru. And of course the Power Stroke 6.7, like my 18, is very quiet and I never had to shut it off in a drive-thru. But this thing is dead silent, and the 10-speed is amazing. It never hunts for gears. There's a lot of times where it's gonna downshift on slight grades because it's got so many gears to go through, but even the 6-speed would do that. Like I'd be going up like the slightest grade and I'd hear it kick into 5th gear. And I'm sitting there like, for what though? You have unlimited torque. But in this truck, I'm not feeling it hunt through gears, and I can see on the dash that it's not really doing it. It just drives brilliantly. This is an amazing truck that I'm super excited about. I still love the Ram. I still love the Chevy for its powertrain, but this is the closest you get to checking every box. All the other ones, a little bit iffy. This thing's really close to perfect. I do wish they would have dumped the analog gauges and just stuck the giant screen in the dash like the F-150s had for a while now. Come on, like people are daily driving this truck. Give us the creature comforts from the F-150 and then make it tow. That's really the idea here. I do want to be able to put anything behind it and not worry. This screen does look better and sharper. I think it's higher resolution in the new truck. We're headed back to Wichita now. It looks like we're gonna get there at 9:35 p.m. at this point. Let's see if there's any fuel economy data for you guys. 17.2 so far. And honestly, I got close to 17 in the old one a few times, so I think this one might be even better. We might actually get close to the magical diesel 20 miles a gallon, which is insane. I expect 15, but if this thing holds up at 17, that'll be sweet. I thought this Ford dealership was on fire, but apparently the police department is just taking pictures for their Facebook. The entire freeway here in Dallas was basically a standstill of people looking to see what was going on over there. 2 very fun updates so far. First, they fixed the bed camera. Ford, thank you so much. I know there must have been a million people complaining about this, but you need to be able to fire up the bed camera while you're driving. And it's there, and you can leave it on the whole time. You open up that side page, and there it is. That is absolutely awesome. If you decide to throw some stuff in the bed and do a bad job tying it down, which is something that I'd love to do personally, I want to be able to watch it, and then I can pull over if I see anything starting to happen. So now that problem's solved. I think a lot of people had the exact same complaint, so I'm happy Ford listened and did the right thing. And then as I keep driving down the highway, I keep seeing my high beams come on. And then I see a warning that says front camera, like dirty, clean windscreen. And I, you know, checked, ran the wipers, because this thing, even on the old ones, it has a sprayer that pops down and cleans the front camera whenever you spray your windshield. There it goes again, front camera, low visibility. And of course, when it says that, you think, well, yeah, the one on the front of the truck, I'll clean it, so use the wipers. That did not work. And then I realized the dealership that sold this slapped their big old sticker right in the middle of the windshield where the other camera is for all the ADAS stuff. So I just need to hop out, rip that sticker off, and people won't be randomly being blinded by my high beams again. Because this has some of the best auto high beams I've ever seen. Like, they're always perfect. It was really weird they were acting up, and now we know why. Solving problems on the way home. First time filling up the new truck, and honestly, I'm even excited about this. First, because this pump is amazing. Check this thing out. I know there's a lot of screen pumps now, but that is awesome, showing the price and gallons and everything. Pretty dang cool. Except for this camera, that's kind of annoying. All right, let's fix this truck. There's the camera that's obstructed. Boom. The wipers decided to clean it automatically. I don't know if I can usually expect this out of the 10-speed, but this truck is getting 17.6 miles per gallon right now, which puts my diesel range at 552 miles for the tank. That is absolute insanity. That's over 3 miles a gallon better than what I get not towing with the old F-250. Honestly, buying this brand new truck is gonna save me a ton of fuel, and I had no idea. If there's anything I wasn't expecting, it was to save money on diesel. This is a wild drive back. It goes from completely clear, and then boom, we're in zero visibility fog. We could not see a semi that was going super slow in the right lane until it just appeared out of nowhere a second ago. So this is pretty crazy, but also the lighting package on this truck's insane, as you guys can see. You can kind of see incredibly far. You can still see the Volt way out there and everything like that, and the road is lit up, but that bridge came out of nowhere. All right, Brandon, we did it.
Did it.
12 hours of driving. We left at what, 9:15?
Roughly.
9:42 currently, 12 hours on the road, and all the way to Dallas and back, pick up a brand new truck. And we just pulled up here, and now that I stopped, I was able to connect this thing to the Wi-Fi and set up my phone so we can actually control the truck, which was nice. Now you can remote start, do the door locks, all that cool stuff. Things that never worked on the 2018. Never worked. I don't know why, but it does have all those options, but it actually works in this truck. And now, after driving this thing for 5.5 hours, I've come to the realization that this is the best truck you can buy. I know I like to say the Ram because I like its giant screen, and the LED segmented headlights are some of the best in the world. Like when you turn the wheel, the LEDs like click, 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 and you can see around, you know, in a ditch while you're pulling a trailer and stuff like that. It's so sick, and that's only in the Limited as far as I know. After driving this, I think I can say that you don't have to have the headlights. Ford has fixed every complaint I ever had about that truck in this truck. And the 10 speed's unbelievable. Let's see where we're at. 17.7 climbing up into Wichita there. We now have 668 miles on the clock. And for most of the trip, this thing was getting 18.2 miles per gallon. That's insane, dude. So 20 miles a gallon almost out of this 7,000 pound diesel. Anyway, I think it's the best truck on the road now. It's just my opinion. It was incredibly expensive, $101,000. It's probably the last new car I'll buy as far as I'm concerned, and I do plan on keeping this one for a very long time. Obviously the 18, if you want to buy that, it's for sale. It's just about to 90,000 miles. It's going to sell for $56,000 because it's going through a dealer, and they are paying me what I paid for the truck. So if you're interested in a really solid truck that's sorted now and just needs some tires, that's probably the one. So feel free to reach out to Farhaz Used Cars here in Wichita. He's doing that deal, and if you don't do it incredibly quickly, it'll be gone. He said he's gonna just dump it at the auction. If it's not gone by the end of next week, it's just a quick deal for him, and it should make money no matter what. Like if he auctions this truck, he will make money. So it's pretty crazy. We'll talk more about the F-250 and my experience with that shortly, but this, of course, was my brand new truck that I'm incredibly excited about, and I can't wait to show you guys more of it. And we'll see how it does, you know? I thought the last truck was gonna be a lot worse, and it turned out to be a really solid truck for me, and it never stranded me, and that's really all that matters at the end of the day. Oh, it did strand me once.
And fuel line and Pika.
Yeah, the fuel line. And that was honestly no big deal. We got it all taken care of in one very long night. And of course the truck got fixed over like a week. But here we are with another one. I love the truck. I think you guys would love it too if you're interested in a giant truck. Also, good luck getting one. It's probably the hardest vehicle to buy in the United States right now. Any of the loaded 3/4 ton Fords, or really any brand, it doesn't matter. If you want a Chevy, Dodge, Ford, good luck. They are sold out. That is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to head on over to shop.watchjargo.com for cool shirts, not like this. And please like, share, subscribe, do whatever you want to do. And I will talk to you next time. It took just over a half tank to get home. This is gonna save me so much money. Wow. The new massage is out of control when you're in seats. You don't have to do this. There's a button on the seats that'll open it. But when you're in the massage, it is just insane now. You can pick all kinds of different massages. You can see like what it's doing. Now it's going sideways and up and down at once. Passenger has the same controls. I always wanted to see the bed camera, like I said. That's fixed. Hit the camera button and take over with all the cameras on screen, and you can have a full screen view of whatever you want. Hitchball, full screen. Rear camera, add some light. I mean, you can really see on this thing.